Hello, readers. Yesterday we used our retelling hand and we practiced retelling the parts of the story that talk about who the characters are, where the story takes place, the setting, and what happens in the story. All of those important events from the beginning, middle, and end. We also spent time talking about how readers make connections to the stories that they're reading. They ask themselves, what does this story make me think of? And does this story remind me of something else, another book I've read? Well, today I want to show you how readers retell books from their book bag too, just like we did when we were working on retelling a story that we listened to. So today I'm going to read Bella's Dinner. And as I'm reading today, I want you to be thinking about what the story makes you think about and be thinking about who's in the story, where the story takes place, and what's happening in the story. Bella's Dinner. Bella's Dinner. I am hungry, said Bella. Bella looked in the little bowl. No food in here, she said. Bella looked in the big bowl. No food in here, she said. Bella looked and looked for food. Bella looked and looked and looked for food. Bella looked on the table. Oh, said Bella, I can see food on the table. Yum, said Bella. Yum, yum, yum. All right, readers, so take a minute, put on your thinking cap. Think about who was in the story. Think about where the story took place and what happened in the story. Can you practice retelling to me what happened in Bella's dinner? What was Bella's dinner all about? Well, today we read Bella's dinner, and Bella was feeling hungry at the beginning of the story, and she started to look for some food. She was in the kitchen, and she looked in a little bowl first, but she couldn't find anything to eat. Then she looked in a bigger bowl, but that was empty too. She couldn't find anything to eat, and she looked and she looked and she looked, and then, all of a sudden, she saw food on the table. And she jumped up on the chair and she started to eat the food. And she said, yum, 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 because she was really enjoying the food that she found on the table. So we talked about the who. We talked about where the story took place in Bella's kitchen. And we talked about what happened throughout the story, those parts from the beginning, the middle, and the end. Were you able to remember most of the important parts of the story? Give me a thumbs up if you shared those parts. So readers, today, as we were reading, were you asking yourself, what does this story make me think of? Did anyone make a connection today to something from their own life? If you made a connection to your own life, would you share it with me? What did the story make you think about? I made a connection to my own life too. At the beginning of the story, when Bella said, I am hungry, it reminded me of my daughter Annabelle. Every afternoon when she wakes up from her nap, one of the very first things that she says is, I'm hungry. I'd like a snack. And then she walks over to our pantry and she opens up the door and she spends some time standing there. And she looks around and she looks around and she searches for some food. And then she decides what she would like. And she asks for some help to get a snack. So as Bella was spending all of that time searching and looking for food, it reminded me of Annabelle and how she gets hungry after nap and she spends some time searching and looking for some food. I hope that you were able to think of something from your own life that this reminded you of. Maybe you even have a pet at home and your pet acts the same way that Bella does, and it reminded you of your pet. Well, as you're reading books from your book bag, remember to be asking yourself, what does this make me think of? And today, after you read a story from your book bag, I want you to practice retelling the story to someone in your home and sharing a connection if you make one. So read a book on your own and then find a grown-up or someone bigger than you that can listen to you retell the story and share your connection with them.